You know what that little cheeky smile is all about? Because I finally get to give you my unfiltered thoughts. Non-spoiler, I'll have you know, because it's the 20th. Doom Patrol comes out in, like 5 days from now. But I get to literally compliment this show for, the next 10 to 15 minutes? But I don't think I need to say any more. Welcome to my Doom Patrol Season 2 non-spoiler review. How's it going, Doom Patrollers? Welcome. I am so happy, so exhilarated to be able to make this video. Seriously, because, I just got finished reviewing episode 3. In my episode 3 review, I should be wearing the exact same clothes. By the way, up in the past week, I didn't watch them back to back. I've been reviewing Doom Patrol Season 2, Episode 1, 2, and 3 for the channel to go up. On the 25th, I'll be uploading 2 separate videos for 1 and 2, separate breakdowns as usual, and then Episode 3 the following day, just so I don't spam the channel for all of those who didn't binge all 3 episodes. But today, I get to talk about this show unfiltered, as I teased, but without any spoilers. But I feel like that's such an easy thing for me to do. And the reason why you should still be interested in this video, because some people may be like, well, what's the point in talking about something if you can't get into details? Well, you may be wondering about Season 2 in terms of, I've seen many comments from, Season 2 looks great, don't get me wrong, but I'm worried they're leaning too much into comedy over some of the serious stuff we got in Season 1 with the character development, with like Larry and stuff. I'm here to answer questions like that. How do new characters feel, like Dorothy Spinner, Niles Calder's daughter, Abigail Shapiro who plays her? Is she any good? What about the main villain? Is there some kind of over-threatening, overarching villain like Mr. Nobody? Well, today, guys, without giving anything away, I'll be answering as non-spoiler as I can. Trust me, this is safe to watch. I wouldn't want to spoil any of this for you guys. So without me dragging out this intro too much, carry on watching this because it will give you a good idea of what you can look forward to from a completely unbiased opinion. Okay, I love Doom Patrol, but seriously, I'll tell you guys if there are any issues, anything I'm not sure about, but mostly all of the things I love. And if you couldn't tell already, I'm so happy. I had my apprehension as well, because with any TV show that knocks it out the park, like Doom Patrol Season 1, you're going to be obviously a little bit worried, which is why I understand some of the comments that I've already said that are out there, because you're thinking, can it really follow with the same stride it carried in Season 1? Let's start right at the get-go. What is Doom Patrol Season 2 like compared to Season 1? Well, in a few words, Doom Patrol Season 2 maintains everything you loved about Season 1. Now, this has been 3 episodes. The first 2 episodes, 54, 55 minutes. Third episode, 49 minutes. So I've had basically almost 3 hours worth of Doom Patrol content out of the 9 episodes they're giving us this season. Doom Patrol Season 2 maintains everything you loved about Season 1. And what I mean by that is every avenue you loved, whether that's character development, the crazy storylines, the way they balance comedy with sincere character-driven moments between multiple characters that may have been your favorite, like Jane and Cliff, or Larry's history, and how that dived into his past with his family, and John, the guy he saw back then, and how that pertained to the beautiful present day episode where he said goodbye to him. Like, does all of that stick? Yes. 100%. You guys do not have to worry about that. That's why I say it maintains all of that, but just expands upon that even more. They're going weirder, they're going wackier, which isn't a bad thing, but is that without the heartfelt moments that you loved, the things that drawed you into Cliff Steele's character, the things that made you understand how Jane is feeling, how Larry is feeling, the kind of insecurities that Rita Farr has, all of that. This is a dysfunctional family who are just kind of learning to grow and adapt in this new world with each other, and that's a beautiful thing to see. However, this season though, I'm so grateful for its premise, because the way things were left off at the end of Season 1 really catapults this season for all of the characters in such an interesting direction. Last season, you may have been thinking to yourself, how are the Doom Patrol going to get over or nearly forgive Niles Calder, the chief, after what he did to them? Because, spoiler alert, this isn't a spoiler because this is a non-spoiler review for Season 2, but this happened in Season 1. He created each of their incidents to become who they are. Because when pushed into a corner, this man will do anything for his daughter. He wanted to outlive her for one day. Because Dorothy Spinner from the comics, now this is just a premise of her character, don't worry, it's not anything spoilery, she is a very sweet girl. She is the chief's daughter, Timothy Dalton. You guys know what I mean about Timothy. He's a very lovable, just kind of character within himself, and I think he brings that into Niles Calder. Well, his daughter is such a reflection of that man, the good sides of Niles Calder, that is. Well, let's just say, back to the point at hand, there is very much so a reason that is keeping everybody kind of together this season. Everyone still needs Chief in some way or another. Despite how certain characters are more frustrated with Chief than others, they all have their own things going on. Just like last season, like Jane has stuff going on in the underground this season. That much is clear through the trailers. Don't worry, I'm not giving anything away than what they've officially shown us. Cliff Steele has his own stuff going on. Larry and Rita still have their own stuff going on, but also with the introduction of Dorothy Spinner, they have this kind of present thing that charts a course for this season, because Dorothy Spinner has the ability to bring anything from her imagination to life. They often come out when she's happy, sad, or scared, or, you know, an emotion like that. And honestly, well, the very first scene of episode 1 dives you into the potential of that. It really, really does. But that's an ongoing thing that the Doom Patrol need to tackle, which brings in, without giving too many spoilers away here, if you know who Dorothy Spinner is from the comics, you'll know Candlemaker is involved. We've seen Candlemaker in the trailer. I'm showing on screen right now. It seems that he is, and it makes sense with the story from the comics, the kind of end game kind of thing. It's not so much present all the time. You just know that certain characters are terrified of anything that is mentioned when coming to the Candlemaker. So with the main storyline of everyone naturally having their own thing, do not worry about that. And it gets real deep. Real deep. Like, if you cried over Larry stuff last season, you are going to cry again. Trust me on that. And that's a good thing. They are tears of sadness, but of joy that this show brings us. But we also have this other thing everyone's tackling, which just makes it so interesting. Of course, last season, the weird and wacky stories that came into each episode that were orchestrated through Mr. Nobody somewhere or another was the interesting thing last season. But this season, we have another thing going on. And honestly, guys, one of the highlights of this season is the introduction of Dorothy Spinner, Abigail Shapiro. Abigail Shapiro, I'm pretty sure this is one of her, if not her first major acting gig, and I wish her all the success in the world after this, because I feel through reviewing these episodes for a long time now, if in season 1, we've created a little bit of a Doom Patrol hub here. I get a feel, or I almost have an expectation or a prediction of what you guys may comment on a video after you've seen an episode, because it quite often reflects what I got out of it, right? I know you guys are going to take to Dorothy just like how you connected to your most favorite and the sincere connections or relatability you had with certain characters. Trust me, you're going to love Dorothy. I don't want to overhype it. I really don't. But I think if I understand you guys as an audience on this channel, my audience, who quite often, you know, we have different opinions sometimes and stuff like that. But I think there's one thing we can all agree on here when you come to season 2. And that is that Dorothy will take your heart and lock it up in a box, and you won't want it back, because you'll be loving what you're seeing with her character. You'll be feeling empathy for her, because obviously we know this already. She was locked up on Danny the Street for 90 years. 90 years! And this season, she's out and about. But what comes with that are very interesting, complicated stories that already unfold in the first 3 episodes. Her scenes with Timothy Dalton, like the father-daughter scenes, are electric. They really, really are sweet. And, you know, one thing that Doom Patrol has never had a lack of is making you feel these genuine relationships that obviously, this is what acting is. You're meant to believe what you're seeing on screen. But never have I really ever seen something so successfully portrayed with examples like that between characters on the show than Doom Patrol. And some of my favorite scenes are between that man, Niles Calder, and his daughter. And you guys will feel that. So if you're looking for more of the same, these connections you felt, I know I keep repeating myself here, but you'll be getting that in season 2. So I just wanted to big up Abigail Shapiro there. I'll leave her links, Twitter, you can follow her, Instagram, and everything like that down in the description below. The writing is absolutely great. You know, if we're talking specifics now, episode 1, it's written by Jeremy Carver and Shoshana Sashi. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but seriously, they forge such a welcoming, you know, whether you're brand new, if you're an HBO Max audience member, it caters to those people who may not even be seeing season 1, but also dive all of the familiar fans who love this show very much so into all of the things you love in a great premiere episode. Seriously, all of the elements you like in season 1 are fantastic. It does lean quite a bit on Dorothy because she's the new character, but in my mind, that is nothing to complain about. You want to know more about her, and the way the episode in episode 1 serves the other characters is hilarious. It's a very upbeat start to an episode, tackles some serious stuff at the same time because it doesn't want you to forget what is going on this season and the foundation of it all. It starts a very interesting storyline that will serve throughout the season, to my understanding, with Niles Calder, and that locks you into, oh my god, what's going to happen there? How are they going to achieve this? What does this mean for Niles Calder? Like, it's all fascinating, but it also does a great job at letting you understand where each character is at. I think 2 or 3 weeks after the end of season 1. They've literally been like this for 2 or 3 weeks now. It's kind of weird. I say in my review that we've been living in quarantine life, obviously in lockdown, whether you're coming out of it or not now. And it's interesting because the characters have been living on Cliff's racetrack for a few weeks and in their own lockdown. So you can sort of even understand where these characters are at. Honestly, everyone, I could probably babble on forever in a non-spoiler review in the sense that you can probably understand by now I do nothing and I'm doing nothing but complimenting stuff that obviously I'm hoping you wanted to hear about and feel now a little bit reassured going in. I do not want to overhype you, but I feel like Doom Patrol is a situation where no matter how much you overhype it, you don't suffer the sensation of overhype. We've all experienced that when we go in something. It's like, well, what were they wondering about? Why were they overhyping it? This is the good overhype, because I want to reassure you guys in that way. But Doom Patrol really does nothing but expand upon season 1, everything you love about it. It has no shortages of bringing in the comedic aspects that you love, the hilarious moments, yet this is why I big it up so much in this respect, because it perfectly counterbalances that with some seriously intellectual, emotional level understanding situations and scenes that may have made no sense, but you guys get what I'm on about. For example, Jane Patrol, things like that, Larry's past, Rita, Cliff's past, understanding the position Cliff is in. All of that, guys, is what the fans, the audience have come to love and expect from this show. And I think some people were getting to the point of thinking, how can you expect this from a second season? Can they really carry it on in the same way? But trust me, they do. And you do not have to worry about that for a single second. And if this doesn't get a season 3 for some stupid reason, it will be unfathomable. Because it will be incomprehensible, it will be dumbfounding. I know this show may not be for everyone, even though I think if everyone gives it a chance past its weird exterior, they will come to love the show. But like, personally for me, that doesn't detract me at all. But the thing is, guys, the people who make this show love this show. They pour their heart, soul, and passion into this. So all of the same things you love about season 1 are only taken care of at such a very delicate level again this season. You're not going to be let down that way. There is definitely this element of mystery that's kind of maintained throughout the episodes to a larger plot. If you know a bit more about the comic book stories that it could be adapting, you may have a little bit more of an insight, such as myself, perhaps with Candlemaker and stuff. But even then, as I always say, things aren't copy and pasted, so you're still wondering where certain things are going to go. There is wonderful adaptations of villains and characters from the comics. You get like Dr. Time in episode 2, you get the Divine Red Jack in episode 3, and we've got the Sex Men to come, even though they're not villains, but like, you know, from the trailer that got teased. We're visiting more of the My Greatest Adventure kind of comic book run of weird, wacky villains brought into the Doom Patrol story episodes that we're going to be seeing this season, but also it takes the time to introduce flashbacks and have this underlying tone of a more bigger message or theme of the overall episode that is presented. And I just got back from watching episode 3, which really highlights something specific there as well. And that is masterfully done. So in conclusion, guys, Doom Patrol is about people who have a lot of baggage, dysfunctional family, all carry their own immense amount of pain, whether that's from past trauma to even the trauma of finding out of what Niles Calder did to them in the finale of season 1. And it's served up like a plate to where you can't do anything but lap it up, because not only is the writing of the show done exceptionally well, the characters delved into in such a way that whether you love the weirdness or love the depressing aspect of it, it's such a magical cocktail, to the point of where I just have to say this, and you have to trust me here, that you'll just love all of those same things about season 2, and you're in good hands. So I hope that sums it up. I mean, I didn't bullet point anything down. I didn't get into specific, oh, episode 2 does this in such a way, but I think you guys will understand where I'm coming from with this review. I think that sums up my non-spoiler review for Doom Patrol Season 2. Everything you need to hear anyway. You wouldn't want to hear anymore. Within these first 3 episodes, there is so much more Timothy Dalton than what we got last season as well. So if you're a fan of the Chief and just Timothy Dalton in general, then you're gonna love the first 3 episodes at least. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy it. Just 5 more days till you can watch the episodes yourself. I will be having 2 separate reviews up for 1 and 2 on the 25th. And then the 26th, I'll have my 3rd episode review up. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this energy that I hope I'm bleeding through the screen right now just persuades you. I know some of you may think I'm being biased here, but seriously, I would say if it didn't feel the same. I was apprehensive of that, but I've watched 3 episodes now, and there's nothing to fear. There's only anticipation awaiting you for all the right and good things. But anyway, everyone, let me know what you're most excited about to see in Doom Patrol Season 2. I can't wait for you guys to see Dorothy. I can't wait for you to just see the wacky adventures we're already getting up to. I can't wait for you to identify with characters such as Dorothy in the ways you have built up such a connection with these other characters. So yeah, I'm just so excited for you guys. But like this video, if you did enjoy it, I'd really appreciate that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, now is the time. Make sure you don't miss out on my Doom Patrol reviews coming out in the next few days. And my god, they are long. I'm trying to cut them down, but they are long. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you now. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you Doom Patrollers in the next video. Goodbye.